Stay away from the tree. Knock it down, I'm going to kick your tail. How long has this been running? Huh. Okay, well, y'all are going to have to excuse me. The cats seem to think that the Christmas tree is a toy. Um, if you've not already seen my Porter Cable Impact Wrench video, I will be uploading it. It'll probably have already came up by the time this one does, because I just recorded that one and now I'm doing this one. So this one is going to be second on the upload roster. What I'm doing now is Bauer. Some people's best friend, some people's worst enemy. Bauer combi drill, or hammer drill. I call it the combi drill because you have 3 settings, one being a hammer drill, and it's not a dedicated hammer drill. There are dedicated hammer drills, this is not one of them. This is the 20 volt half-inch drive hammer drill offering by Bauer. Slower speed for torque. That is the hammer drill function. There's the screw function, and they have the drilling function. Now, I call it a combi drill. Some people could call it a drywall drill, but it's not. A drywall drill is a dedicated drill with these torquing settings that allow you to put a bolt in and when you put the bit in and you're running a drill into a bit into drywall, you're adjusting how much torque it has, and you're not going to set the screw too deep. The torque that it takes to push into the drywall actually stops the screw from countersinking too far, and makes the flat surface so that they don't have to use as much mud, and so that the drywall is healthier, it's not broken. Again, it doesn't use too much mud, but if it has to use mud, it's also not being held to the wall very, very well. So that is something a drywall drill does, and this one also does it. Thus the name combi drill. It does regular drilling, it does hammer drilling, and it does drywall drill torquing functions. And you could potentially put a socket adapter on here and run it with a torque and potentially torque bolts. But they just have genuine numbers. Set 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't know what those are. You'd have to test them. You'd have to torque those to test them and figure out what they are. You might could Google them and bring them up on a document somewhere that's been documented for what Bauer's combi drills do. But this one, specifically model 1792C-B1, is just a regular combi drill. And let me explain to you why it looks brand new, aside from a couple of smudges on it. I have been through hell with Bauer at Harbor Freight. There's a couple different people out there that call it other things. There's a specific tool bear, whose color I won't comment. And then there's a Canadian guy that I love his videos. He's funny. He's always tearing stuff up, and I won't mention him either, even though his name is cool. Anywho, they call it the hazard fraught because I guess because their shit's terrible or they're very hazardous. I like Harbor Freight. I enjoy Harbor Freight, but their Bauer tools in general, I can't stand them anymore. I really can't. I'm starting to lose it with these drills. Specifically, the drills. I did buy a Porter cable set. I'm sorry. No. They did have a General Electric or something electric drill set. And it came with one battery, and it came with a saw, a sawzall, a light, and a drill, and I had the absolute worst experience of my life for 2 hours. And I kept doubling down to use it because I just could not believe it was the drill itself. If I'd put the battery pack in it fresh off the charger, put a drill bit in it like an industrial still drilling drill bit, and tried to drill through an infant's back, it would not have done it. God, that was a fucking terrible drill set, tool set. But when I thought, I'll do what old Tool Bear says and try the Bauer set, because I'm not a professional that runs my own business. I need something kind of in the middle. I'm professional, but I'm also consumer. So I needed something more of a prosumer level. And I took his advice and went to get Bauer. But I didn't get Bauer immediately. A guy at work has one, and he has the regular drill, not the hammer drill or combi drill. He has the regular drill. And he says, "Yeah, man, I've had this one for about 3 years, and I love it." And I went and I opened up a credit card with them, and I bought a whole bunch of crap, and I love it. It works. Sometimes I have to take it home from work and take it. He does junk cars, and when I say junk cars, I mean he takes really really old cars, buys them, and makes them run. Carbureted vehicles, and he just has a slew of them in his backyard. He's got about 30 plus vehicles with plates and insurance, and he drives whatever he wants because that's just his thing. And the little brother of these is what he uses to accomplish that goal. And I thought, well, if that works for him, but I come from a plumbing background, and at one point in time I thought I might do some plumbing on the side, just small stuff for myself, and make a little side money. No. I chose the hammer drill because I'd be able to drill through concrete and all of that stuff with some mason bits. And I've learned very, very quickly, sometimes you don't get what you pay for. Sometimes bad things come out of a factory. Sometimes mistakes get made. And this time the mistake was mine. Okay. So let's go into my hard time with Hazard Fraught Harbor Freight Bauer. Okay. I bought this tool set with the complete understanding that the batteries, well, they would be mounted on a charger that is not a base station. It's a charger that mounts on to the battery. And I have one, I could go get it, but it doesn't matter. The point is, you take the charger and you go, and now it's on the battery. And that means it's not an intelligent charger, it's just kind of a charger. It won't fix your batteries, it won't heal your batteries, it won't diagnose your batteries. It will say if it can't charge. Get away from the Christmas tree right now! This entire house, and they have to hang out underneath the tree. I have picked it up 2 or 3 times every day since me and my girl set it up. So I apologize. So I'm not crazy about those small chargers. I like a big base station. Why the tree? You hiss at me, I feed you. I probably look stupid. I'm not going to cut that out either. I'm determined to make this video. I haven't made enough tool videos in months. This is getting put up on the internet. Okay. This is a brand new drill, aside from 3 months. I bought my first 2 in the same day because maybe I want to put a drill bit on one and bolt driver on the other, use a torque setting, and I just want to drill through some mason bits, drill through some concrete, and set an anchor, maybe a red head, and run some bolts on it to leave it for later. Someone can come back and then actually set a machine in the anchor, and then take the bolts off to reinstall the bolts. I see you over there. So I wasn't trying to torque a heavy duty machine down to the floor with bolts from one of these, but I bought two. And I thought, well, if I have two, at the very least, if I don't use them in tandem, if I was to drop this and shatter it, or a forklift drive over it, or I leave one at home, I have the other one. And I can take it back and forth to work, and I don't have to worry about not having one somewhere. It works. It works okay. It works fairly well. I'm genuinely pleased. Not. Okay, so if you're noticing, I have yellow paint on my batteries. These are the original batteries. They came with the original batteries, and when they gave me the new drill each time, they just handed me the whole box, drill and charger included. So I've acquired a number of chargers and a number of batteries because the drills are not good. When I say not good, I really can't explain to you why they're not good, but I'm going to try. Okay? I had a fire. I had a damn fire with one of these. This was getting black from the, let's just assume that I work in fiberglass. And I needed to get the crap out of there. So I tried compressed air, which was not working. Then I tried something called contact cleaner, but it's not the actual contact cleaner from CDC or CRC, whatever the company is, for my job. It was the other stuff that's like Contact 2000 or whatever. And that can suggests that you can spray it on live circuits and it cleans them and is not flammable up into a certain really high level of volts. And even though I'm saying this, people are going to say, well, you shouldn't have sprayed that on there and that's your fault. Well, I took some home. I didn't take it from work. I took the drill home and I went out and I found some, not at Lowe's, I found some at an auto shop that sells the stuff to civilians. And I brought it home and I sprayed it in here nice and thick and got it just absolutely coated on here because it's non-flammable. Now I throw the battery in it and I take a toothbrush and I start trying to clean without taking it apart. I'm trying to get the grit off the grills here. And I'm thinking it looks good and all. I sit it down. About 15 minutes later I come back by and I'm looking at it, and it looks good, and it looks dry, and it actually looks some kind of sort of clean. And I go, wham, and it's good. Wham, and it's good. Third try, boom, just floom. And I can't tell you if the fiberglass that I work in got overheated, because that stuff, it does certain things, including releasing ammonia. One of them actually releases a embalming fluid agent. Or maybe it was the spray, but the bastard caught on fire, and I've never had that shit happen to me on anything else I've ever sprayed with any kind of cleaner. Fucking Bauer, of course. Don't know why, but that happened. And then it was done. I took it to Harbor Freight, and they returned it for me. Now, that was probably my fault. Don't really know how, because the can of spray is non-flammable. It said it. I read it. I believe it. I've read it 2 or 3 times to this day, sitting back and just going, huh, because you fucking flamed up in that drill. But I bought a third one. Well, I got a third one for free. And my first one that I had when the second one, the first replacement came, I still had 2. The original one that I had purchased, the other original one I had purchased, decided that the top, the chuck, Didn't want to work anymore. Hadn't had it 6 months. Didn't want to work anymore. If I had it on something, you had to put the whole chuck in a vise in the fabrication shop. Turn it on and beat the bastard in that direction to make the drill move and release the chuck. On the other hand, when it did not have something permanently attached, you just about could not attach a drill bit or drill bit or socket bit or screwdriver head or tip or mason. You couldn't put anything in it and it hold the damn bit. You'd have a fucking Glade insert in here just spinning and just fall right out. Now, Milwaukee's bad for that, which is why I did not go out and replace my Milwaukee drill with Milwaukee. I thought I would try something else and give it a shot. And, well, I ended up with very, very similar dropping out problems and extremely difficult it won't fucking release problems. So I took that back to Harbor Freight. They saw that I had beat the ever-living shit out of it. Did not question it. Harbor Freight was really nice to me. Really nice to me. Replaced that one as well. With a weird look on her face, replaced it as well. So I had 2 replacement drills in less than 2 months, maybe. And then, well, I was beating on it in an attempt to, first time I started beating on it, because you're not supposed to hit your tools, you're not. I had borrowed a co-worker's drill bit, and they wanted it back. And it was an expensive, diamond-tipped, something carbide bladed. It was a good drill bit, and he needed it and wanted it. So it was my responsibility to give him the bit back, and he didn't want the drill. I was going to give him the damn drill. I didn't care that badly, but he wanted it. Okay. Further on in the madness. So, I put one of the replacement drills on the top of my toolbox and was pushing my toolbox down the hallway in this industrial environment, and the drill did in fact fall off. It fell off a U.S. General's toolbox, and it's maybe 2.5 feet tall at best, and it lands on the concrete. And you will not believe this, because I do not believe this. I still don't understand. But it landed chucked down like this. I saw it. I couldn't catch it. I wanted to. I tried it. And when it hit here, the back split open. Not the front, the back. Of course, the front's metal, but it pushed everything up. It broke all of the mounts on the inside against the case. Never seen anything like it. I took it back to Harbor Freight, and I said, look, I know this is getting stupid. I know you can see this on my receipts. What can you do about this? Can you do anything about this? Anything at all? And they said, yeah, you bought the insurance. Oh, I didn't know I had. They replaced it again. Okay. So I thought these things are obviously very fragile, but because I have the insurance and because they have such a great return warranty, I'm just going to take care of them and keep using them. Okay, well, the one that I had just gotten under warranty, because I had bought the insurance and all, I went to Lowe's to pick up some things. Had not been home yet, had not been to the factory that I work in, had not left the town that had the Harbor Freight. I went to this particular Lowe's. It came out, and I will admit, the car was unlocked. I have a bad habit of doing that, and it's got to stop. But I never leave anything valuable in my vehicles, and they're not attractive sports cars. I'm a single father. I have shitmobiles. I had no idea that anybody would want a drill. My drill was stolen fresh in the bag. I had opened the box to see the drill, test it before I even left the store, and then I had drove to Lowe's. I had this inside the red Bauer drill bag with the battery and the charger gone. So to me, they're shit, but they're good enough shit. Someone opens your car and specifically steals that. Didn't even pry on the handgun box that's permanently mounted underneath the seat. There was no handgun in it, but it was locked and no scratch marks or anything. So they didn't search very hard. They just specifically wanted the drill. Okay. Fuck you. And so I was down to one drill, and I was determined not to go buy a second one because of their quality. And that's actually when I went and got the itty bitty little pistol looking drill that I got from Walmart that I've done a video on already. And anyway, so the one drill I have left, lone wolf that it is, I was using it trying to drill a hole through some sheet metal, or a type of metal used for plating around guards, and I'm trying to put a hole through it. And would you believe that one of these screws fell out? And I noticed that the screw had fallen out, and I thought, well, it's got 3 more screws. I reckon it's good. And I continued to keep using it without one of the screws in. And it became apparent that shit was ridiculous, and I could not get through this metal. It was almost a 1/4 inch thick, or maybe it was a 1/4 inch thick, but it was thick, but it was made to be a machine guard, and it was for a very hot machine. So I imagine it was thicker to help dissipate the heat. And something inside of me said, well, move this to hammer drill. Okay. Set the torque all the way up, move it to hammer drill, put it in second gear. Just fuck the drill bit and just push. I did, and I regret it. Something caught inside the drilling area. Something caught. This entire thing twisted, and the drill bit didn't break. This bolt was missing, so these 3 bolts took all of the torque, and somehow it sheared. One bolt broke, the other 2 ripped out of the plastic, and it turned about halfway and looked wild, and I stopped out of complete confusion to what I just saw happen. It was fucked up. So now we have this one. And I'll have you know that as I am making this video, and I have decided to get up off my tail and make these videos, the 2 videos that I've done, the one before and this one, and I'm going to come up with something else to upload as well. Today, I will have been using the Bauer brand for 7.5 months. I've never had that much bad luck with a drill or a brand. I can't find their fans, their battery-powered fans. I would love to try one of those because I have a Milwaukee fan. I gave it to my father, and he's an older gentleman, and he likes some air sometimes, and it was nice to do that. So instead, I bought some Hercules batteries, thinking Hercules was going to have some fans in, and they never got fans in. But my intention was to get Bauer fans as well. And after this, I don't want anything to do with the Bauer series. When this one kicks the bucket, I'm not returning it. Not under warranty. Not under a certain timeline. Not with my insurance that I paid for. No. I'm done. And I'm not talking to Harbor Freight and telling y'all shame on you. And I'm not talking to Red and telling him shame on him. And I'm not talking to my coworker who has seen me going through a few of these problems. And I'm not shaking my finger at anybody. If the drill works for you, that's cool. Maybe I had a very bad batch come to my Harbor Freight. But you get put off by things that happen. If enough skinny little supermodel type women decide that you're not attractive, you're going to start dating chunkier women. If enough police officers pull you over and give you speeding tickets, you're going to start slowing down. If enough drills of a certain brand fuck up on you, you're going to try another brand. That's what I did with Milwaukee anyway, was that their chucks were shit and I moved on. And now I've just, my God, I'm afraid to try a Hart from Walmart because they have to be cheaper than Bauer, right? Like, right? I can't even take anyone else's opinions on these things because my guy at work, he's still using that one he had that is lesser than these. It has still not failed him, but mine just failure, 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 failure. And they're the heavier duty, tougher ones. Sometimes when you get more, you get less. If you noticed, Bugs, the Bugs car, they have a lot of, they don't have a lot of features. And that's because if you have a car with Bluetooth, then you have to worry about Bluetooth breaking. If you have a car with air conditioning, then you have to worry about the air conditioning breaking or leaking or stop working. If you have a car with air conditioning, it also has a fan. So if you have a fan, the fan may stop working. And all of these things are more things to fix and more things to keep up. And if they don't work, they don't work. And you have to pay for them anyway when you first buy the car. So maybe, just maybe, my buddy buying the non-hammer drill type got away with it being simpler. But I've had some fucked up issues with these drills, and it's just been a bad time when I look at the Bauer and then I pick it up and I'm going to use you. And no. I have gotten some holes drilled. I have set some bolts. I have set some screws. I have set some redheads. I have done some things, but not enough to justify 6 drills. And quite frankly, if I paid for every one of them, I would be in the hole as much, if not more, than a Milwaukee or 2. And I would have been better off just buying Milwaukee. I already have the battery platform. I have nothing that takes these Bauer batteries. When this thing is gone, I'm going to have to buy one of those Amazon handmade converters so that I can use them camping to power USB charging ports. So I can charge my tablets or something if me and the girl go to the beach or something like that. It's just, this has been a very, very bad investment for me. And I've put off making this video because it has been such a short run, but it has not been a good run. So take from that what you will. I will give it a 2 out of 5. 2 being it does satisfy the need when it does run just fine. It runs just fine and it puts holes in things at a consumer level, not a prosumer level. But I mean, a blind squirrel will find a nut every once in a while. So maybe it it doesn't fail all the time, but it fails a lot, and when it does fail, it's bad. So I can't give it 3 out of 5. I can't give it 4 out of 5. I can't even give you an excuse as to why I don't do 5 out of 5 because it's nowhere near me having to explain it. It's just such a terrible product to me. I'm going to gamble, and I would bet if I had $150 to throw on the table right this minute that this one won't last me another month and a half. I've used it probably 3 times, and it's already rusting. Which is strange because I'm not in construction. It's in a toolbox at work in a constantly heated and cooled and air-dried factory. It's not been anything humid. I haven't sweated on it. Don't know what to tell you. This guy doesn't know what to tell you. So, Bauer's drills are trash, in my opinion, and that is only my opinion. But this has been another Honest Tool Reviews. Thank you for your patience in hearing me complain. thank you for watching all the way through. I do have to say that I want to apologize. Some people have notified me that there may be advertisements on my videos because I have advertised a few times that you'll never see an advertisement on my YouTube videos. I want to clarify that I won't advertise anything in the style of the Ebony King's Revenge video game app or crap like that. I'm not going to cut to a video about a razor brand that I like and shave with or anything like that. And I know people see me drinking Mountain Dew a lot, but that's just because I like Mountain Dew. I'm not endorsed by them. God forbid. Please, please send me some money or a couple free cases. But the advertisements are because YouTube is an ass and they know that people are watching. Um, Nothing I can do about those, and I'm sorry. If if my videos and my channel's gotten big enough and people share and spread the word far and wide enough, and I'm not doing a good enough job to justify that yet, and I'm humble enough to know that. But if y'all did, I would consider starting like a OnlyFans that's free and doing this kind of work. I don't know what Patreon is, but I would look into a Patreon. But the problem is, it seems like Patreon specifically is for people paying money. I would have to look into it. My point being, if y'all don't like ads, I could try a different platform, but that would require me looking into things and doing things. So it would actually require me doing a startup and people sending me money, and getting started on having more product to show you because I'm not going to be biased. People sending me actual tools to try for a while and then me doing these tool reviews. It's just something to think about. I don't really have a lot of engagement under my comments, so I'm not fueled by the desire to do that just yet. But if I felt like we were getting big enough, I would consider it. And that would allow me to go out and buy some off the wall brand and give you an honest opinion. That would allow me to do it on a platform that's not YouTube and dedicating a computer to making the videos and doing those things. You would still see some stuff like videos for Star Wars lightsabers and video games and things that I like or take interest in, but you probably wouldn't see any of the YouTube ads because it's not YouTube. So while I'm advertising, you know, my interest in tools and telling you what I do or don't think, you won't see these stupid, unnecessary ads if we do that. And that's just a thought to throw out there because somebody at work told me the other day that he saw my videos, but he thought it was funny because I was saying you'll never see ads on my videos, and immediately there was a cut. YouTube had cut my video and put an ad in for him, and I don't know what that's about, but they're trying to make their money, and I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't get any money. These are not monetized, and I don't want them to be. I'm not trying to ask for money, and I don't want to be a crowd-funded platform. I want to be able to say, without a doubt, to everyone that no money has changed hands. My opinion is an honest, genuine opinion. So I'm trying to continue doing YouTube, but if I got big enough, I might consider moving just so that y'all could enjoy the videos better. With that said, I would even consider getting a different place to do my videos. That way the cats aren't tearing down Christmas trees and mess. And with them tearing down Christmas trees and mess, I can't do 40 takes. I've got a limited amount of time today, and I just wanted to get these videos out. I can't express how much that I do appreciate when you watch these and follow all the way through, when you comment about, you've been there, you've been a single father and things have been hard, or, your favorite tool brand, or why it's your favorite tool brand, or your favorite handgun, or why this shotgun is not as good as the other shotgun that you have, or something like that. I enjoy those comments, and even though I don't read comments all the time and I'm not online all the time, I really appreciate the interaction, and it makes it worthwhile for me, and I hope it makes it worthwhile for you. So I just wanted to apologize for the few advertisements that people are getting. I am sorry about those. It's not my design, it's not my doing. But as always, this has been an Honest Tools Reviews, and I want to say be safe out there.